Merry Christmas, you filthy animals. I'm on the road away from my usual studio, but happy to be here with you on the Cigar Professor on this Christmas Day, December 25th, 2024. And this year we have something a little bit different because in past years, those of you that have been with us will know we have had, well, Mr. Stew has one-upped me on the filthy animals. Hello, Mr. Stew, and a fine afternoon to you too. Merry Christmas, and nice to have you joining us. Well, Damo is up to the ante. You may remember that we have in past years had the wonderful Montecristo White label. That's a non-Cuban Montecristo there, but beautiful, beautiful cigar. Damo handpicked that cigar to be our Christmas cigar all those years ago in the very first year of the Cigar Professor. And we've actually had it most years since because Damo has had a stash. We've been enjoying them as they have aged and gotten even better. Well, we ran out, didn't we? That is wont to happen when you smoke enough of a thing. That thing goes up in smoke. So what did Professor Damo do? Well, he did what Professor Damo does ever so well, and he went and found something even better. You may have come across the Ave Maria Reconquista before. I remember it well from the Morning Star Vitola. That's that kind of double perfecto Vitola that the Ave Maria brand did. They did those 5 packs with each of their main 5 blends. Thoroughly enjoyed it then. This thing's a monster. I can't help but feel like Professor Damo is compensating. This makes me very, very suspicious that he's feeling a little bit inadequate. But I'm going to be nice to him anyway, because I tell you what, he had to step up for Christmas, and he has. So would you please join me in being very, very nice to Damo as I bring him on. Professor Damo, you must have a small penis. I mean, sorry, I'm being nice to you. Sorry, I forgot. I have to be nice to you. Well, what a lovely stick you've chosen.
To finish your opening statement, and a happy New Year to you as well. So,
and a happy New Year on its way. A happy New Year on its way. Now, this is a lovely, lovely stick. Besides the Morning Star, where would people have come across this?
Well, they probably haven't, and that's one of the things that I'm doing with these packs is giving people cigars that they're unlikely to have experienced, or give them cigars they're never likely to have chosen to experience themselves. I experienced this cigar many years ago with Omar. I had a few of them gifted to me. You know me, I accumulate cigars quicker than I smoke them, and he got buried in the bottom of my humidor, and it stood there, or sat there, aging to perfection for about 2 or 3 years before Omar and I smoked it, and we were like, wow, this is an incredible cigar. So about 18 months ago now, I bought some to put in one of the other packs, and when they landed, as is absolute necessity, Omar and I quality tested the batch when it arrived, and we were a bit disappointed, to be honest. It was still a good cigar, but it was nowhere near what we knew it should be. It actually had that brashness, that sort of almost fresh grassiness of a young cigar to it. And so I said, no, we're going to stick it away. We've stuck it away for a year. We had another little go at it. It wasn't quite there, but it was almost there. And we had another crack at this about a month or 2 ago, and we were like, yep, we think it's just about right to put in the pack. By the time we get around, it will be just right. So I'm hoping it lives up to the experiences that Omar and I have had with this cigar in years gone by.
What you're telling me is that you have sacrificially, and out of the goodness of your heart, had to smoke this 3 times in order to bring it to us today.
Yes, absolutely. And look, tonight's going to be the 4th time. Plus, there was like the first time I ever had it to discover it. So like 5 times I've had to have this just for tonight's show. This is the sacrifice I make for you.
Well, Damo, this is why we couldn't possibly do the show without you, and that sacrifice, that dedication, that devotion that you have, which is just second to none. And I'm sure if we asked for volunteers to smoke 5 of these, we would not be able to find anyone willing to do what you've done for us.
No, Omar does it begrudgingly.
That's right. Oh, yeah, absolutely. He has to interrupt his usual smoking schedule in order to make room for this. That's why he begrudges it.
I do find this interesting. 7x54 for Tola, so effectively it's a Churchill.
It's and it's monstrous. It's a beautiful torpedo. The construction quality is everything you'd expect from Ave Maria. But tell me a little bit about this wrapper. This is actually grown in Brazil.
It is, and if you actually feel the wrapper, it's got a little bit of a texture to it, a little bit of a light sandpaper feel, and that's for some of your smokers when. You hear someone talking about a toothy cigar. This is a good example of what a toothy cigar is. It's that sort of sandpaper grit feel to the outside. Not only is it a Brazilian grown wrapper, but it's a Habano Oscuro wrapper, Oscuro being a dark wrapper, and Habano being the particular seed that is used for it. So it is quite the interesting blend. And the other interesting thing is that it is all Nicaraguan filler inside this. But the interesting thing is it is from 3 separate regions of Nicaragua. So we've got filler from Esteli, Condega, and Jalapa. So Perdomos are Nicaraguan cigars. We all love our Perdomos. I love my Perdomos. So it's going to be interesting to see if this ticks all our boxes tonight.
And look, speaking of an Oscuro wrapper coming from seed that seems to be out of its appropriate place, I can think of no better description than some out-of-place seed that led to an Oscuro wrapper for our currently missing cigar professor, who is actually joining us. This man's dedication.
Well, look, if you hold it up to his face, you probably wouldn't see the transition.
You wouldn't be able to tell the difference. I got to tell you, this man's dedication to the show actually kind of pisses me off. Because I've had to miss shows because of genuine work reasons, and I've weaseled out of the show sometimes because I just don't like you guys. I've missed a bunch of different shows, and here's Omar, just absolutely annoyingly showing up every damn time with his just gorgeous toothy Habano Oscuro wrapper. So Omar, how are you?
Hey boys, I'm in London, man.
Where are you? You're in London and you're still on the show.
All I could get is 2 bananas for breakfast or raw milk. Everyone's sleeping, man. I had to start this show. So I just had a quick shower.
Stomach.
Yeah, just man, I have to. You got to do shit for Cigar Professor, don't we? I'm sitting outside in the garden and it's so damn fucking cold.
Well, you're in London at the moment, are you?
Yes, sir.
Oh, hang on, let me just look up the see if I've got London's weather.
Look, it's not super cold, but outside it's like gloomy. It's like moisture in the air. Fuck.
Yeah, well, Stu makes a good point. It's 40 degrees here, and you're in a beanie.
Oh man, I know. I know.
There's degrees in London at the moment, so it's not that cold.
It's not that cold, but it feels like.
Hang on. Hang on. Let me get to the what it feels like section. See if it actually says anything more. No, it feels like what it is. Unfortunately,
no, it doesn't.
Given that you've only just got out of bed, Omar, I'm guessing that this is only your 3rd cigar for today.
Look, I only had one, like a quick one before I jumped onto the show.
Yeah, before you jumped on the show. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah,
you got to warm the taste buds up. I get that.
Yes.
I'm going to do a couple of cuts.
What cuts are you guys doing?
I've got the perfect cutter, so I'm going to have to do twice.
Oh yeah, you got to do twice.
It's not going to get all the way through in time. But you know what I do? When we have had shows in the past at Christmas time, I have lit up using brandy.
Oh really?
Oh, this is true. Yes, I remember.
Keeping with that, I have a little shot glass with a bit of brandy in it. I'm going to try and do it again.
I do remember it did flavor the cigar initially. I seem to remember it not being exactly the purest way to light up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, he says that. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
The blender has spent painstaking, hours making the perfect cigar, and he's just like, yeah, light it in brandy.
Oh man, he did that before, didn't he? Doesn't care.
I remember back when Damo was interesting, and he would actually light cigars in different ways every pack. He was always coming up with new ways. You remember the heat gun? The heat gun was cool.
Yeah, that was scary. That was scary, man.
What happened to you, Damo? You used to be cool.
Yeah. He used to be gay and cool. He's only gay now. Oh man. I'm just going to do what?
Beautiful flavors on the light up. A little bit of cocoa, a little bit of coffee right off the bat. Much more complex than most cigars on the light up.
Boys, my cigar has encountered about 35 hours of flight. Sydney, San Fran, London in 2 days. So I don't know where is this at, but
you did buy it its own seat, right? You looked after it properly. You didn't even buy it its own seat.
Dude. Seriously.
Wow. I thought you cared.
I got a seat. That's a bonus.
Normally you have to pedal.
Yeah.
Evening, Dan.
Definitely coffee, spice, and oak for me on the light up.
Oh yeah, I can. I get the oak,
bro. It
Actually, not many times I would repeat what Topher said. Fucking beautiful.
It is.
You're right. I am.
For a gay man, yes. For almost a gay touching tranny, you are. That's no doubt.
Wow. High praise. I mean, those people put a lot of effort into how they look.
There's also a bit of a molasses sweetness note to it as well.
I think we're getting a big echo through the microphone, Omar.
Really?
Are you getting an echo, Damo?
Could be mine. Let me just move things a little bit.
No, because I heard
Are you getting any echo now?
No, I won't get it from you. I'll get it from me, and I'm not getting it now. So whatever's been changed, that's fixed it.
Okay. Is that all right?
Yeah, it sounds good now.
Wait.
It sounds good?
Yeah, sounds good. I mean, until you talk, of course.
A little bit of a sourness there too. Just a very nice little subtle hint.
Tang.
Yeah, a little bit of tang.
Tang. It's just the backdrop of tang after the sweetness, whether it's molasses or honey-like, but there's certainly a tang after that.
I'm finding because it's such a long cigar, I'm actually having to double puff or triple puff just to get the smoke through. But once the cigar's warmed up and opened up a bit more, I'm sure that will settle down.
Close your eyes and think of Uncle Nick. It'll be all right.
Well, I tell you what, I'm starting to think that relationship with Uncle Nick must be on the rocks, because look at the merch.
Yeah,
right? It's I haven't seen the Perdomo Army merch out for quite some time now.
Hey, he quietly told me there's a bit of a crack in the love. Yeah. Saka is giving him more than Uncle, so it's kind of like on the Crossroads.
Yeah,
he's
well,
at the fucking Crossroads.
With a name like that, you'd hope he puts out. So I've started poaching eggs in the morning. That's my standard breakfast now. I make myself some poached eggs. And you always put some white vinegar in the water. You can use other vinegars, but I put white vinegar in the water just to help the egg white to sort of form that skin that keeps it all together. That sour twist is a really clean sour. It doesn't have that citrusy kind of, it isn't the heavy dried fruit. It isn't any of that. I would actually put it to almost a white vinegar type of a vinegar twist.
You know what also reminds me, you might have to clean your palate with petrol because it's fucking stupid. Don't ever talk about flavor in front of Demo and I. You have no fucking idea what you're talking about. It's Christmas Day. People want to have a cigar or Eve. Like, just shut up. Don't bother.
Christmas Day, mate. If it's Christmas Day in London where you are, then you know it's well and truly Christmas Day here.
It's 9 a.m., bro.
Yeah. I'm amazed you're even out of bed.
But with all reality, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
There's a hint of the vinegary flavor, but it's not like punching. It's not like annoying.
No, it's not pungent at all. Yeah. It's like,
I think
that little. Sorry.
The analogy you use with the eggs, I love it. I actually love it because the egg protein and fat takes it out. The equation absorbs it, takes it out. Yeah, perfect.
So Dan's getting treacle, oak, and a hint of lime. That's that sour twist on the end.
Good palate. It got this, those Christmas cakes / breads that you have and you finish eating, and because of the dry fruits in it, it leaves a taste in your mouth afterwards. That kind of thing. I think they're going with.
Yeah. I think it's a good pick for a Christmas cigar. Maybe not for a 9 a.m. Christmas cigar, but definitely for an after dinner Christmas cigar. It's going very well.
After the
When you resort to raw milk
and...
with the stick, it tells you a lot. Raw milk, raw Jersey milk in the AM before cigar.
I didn't know you could get that over there.
Yeah, you could.
Nice.
London is easy. You have to put a disclaimer, but you can sell it, no problem.
There is a soft cinnamon in there as well.
It's that little bit of spice that was there early.
Yes.
Well, I won't ask you what you got for Christmas, Omar. You're on the road. But Damo, what did you get for Christmas?
What did I get for Christmas?
Nothing. The poor guy gets nothing. He's got no life. He's a good father, though.
My wife, I'm trying to get my pilot's license, and I'm in this quandary that when I've got the time to do the training, I'm short of funds, and then when I'm loaded with money, I'm so busy working I don't have the time to do, and I've struggled to get the two. But
you're so busy supplying Omar with cigars that you just can't find time.
That's right, and testing them and tasting them for the for quality assurance for the show,
for the good of the people. No, I get it.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So anyway, the ideal aircraft, if I could ever fly my perfect choice aircraft, is the Pilatus PC-12, which is the one that the Rolls
PC-12.
Yeah, it's a single engine turboprop, and the benefit is it's really designed for flying anywhere. You can land on dirt tracks in the middle of the outback, and the idea of a plane that can perform like a commercial aircraft but has the ability like a light aircraft to land on a paddock is just appeals to me. And so although my wife couldn't afford the $14 million US price tag to buy me a new one, she bought a commissioned handmade model of one for me. So it's quite large. It's probably about almost 50 centimeters long and 40, 45 centimeters across the wingspan. So a nice little little model. So yes, and actually, funnily enough, it was made in England. That was the only place you could find it would do it. So
what's the material that it's made of?
It's been hand carved out of wood. So.
Wow, that's very cool. She's done well. She's done well. That's impressive.
And also the other thing that I've discovered is if you're really nice to your pets actually get you some of the best gifts that you ever want. Wow. So my pets bought me some 85% chocolate and some cherry liqueurs. So
nice.
All the more reason to be nice to the pets.
Hang on, just give me a sec. I'm going to get the dog, show him, and tell him to step up because I didn't get anything from him.
Hey, Toph.
Look, they never get it wrong. I get up in the morning and under the Christmas tree, it's like to Dad, love
there
the
it
pets.
Is. There it is.
Exactly what. How did you know I wanted that?
Yeah. Ohms.
All right. You know the fucking a year-long analogy you gave us about this vinegar shit? That's probably the first time you had to use your brain since you were born. But that Damo story of the license made me think too, a bit like you. You give me inspiration to think. When the first time you learn how to ride a bike, and it's excitement, and you're out of control. For some people, it's a pilot's license, right? For Damo, we think we need to get him on jump on a fucking bike because we've been talking about this fucking flying shit forever.
Mm-hmm.
He's been talking about it forever, so we need to get him a bike. We need to strap him up and make it look like a fucking plane, and off you go. From a slope, off you go.
Okay. So I was thinking that we just had to get him to Melbourne for the Moomba Festival and make him do the Birdman. The Birdman, all right? So, Omar, you and me, we have to collaborate on what the vehicle is going to be that he's going to come charging off the bridge in the Birdman competition. I think it should be a massive cigar. It's just a big, fat cigar
Yeah.
that doubles as a coffin, because once he's in the water, he's just going to sink to the bottom and that's it, right? You know, we never have to hear him whinge about the pilot's license ever again.
Honestly.
It's really smoothed out, hasn't it, this cigar?
Hey?
It's got an enormous beard.
Yeah. Come over here, Eddie. Omar, this is going to hurt.
What?
This is going to really
What's
hurt.
going on? What's the pain? What's the pain for?
Come in closer, babe.
Yeah.
What happened?
My wife just complimented your beard.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
She is looking very
It's an
nice and
enormous
trimmed at the
beard.
moment.
I'm really struggling with this. This is not easy for me.
I think I said what happened to his head.
Well, yeah, I mean, she said what happened to his head because your head actually looks nice because most of it's hidden. That's what she specifically said.
She doesn't have much to compare with this thing right there.
Listen,
Not a good start.
God made perfect faces that need no beards, and then he made faces like yours. Okay?
Hello there.
I'm almost at the Santa stage. See, I've almost lost all of my black. You know, it's just a little bit here in the moustache to get rid of, and then I can be Santa.
Yeah, you're kind of like at the boy hit puberty stage. It's sort of,
Yeah.
you know, patchy, scruffy looking thing.
Mhm.
Yeah. Omar, slow down, mate. Slow down. Oh, hang
I'm
on, don't
outside.
Show that side.
Outdoors.
Show that side.
He's trying to keep warm, you know, he's actually
Yeah,
getting
that's
hot.
right.
I tell you, my toes are killing me.
Don't worry, it's just the deep vein thrombosis from the flight.
Yeah.
The boys, how's the family? Is everyone good? Anything? Things under control?
Oh, look, they're no more out of control than usual. I think that's the thing that I've realized about life is, you know, when you're a kid, even when you're just before a teenager, you think adults have it all together. They know what they're doing. And then you hit puberty and you become a teenager and you realize they don't know what they're doing. And then you're like, I could do better than that. And then growing up is just the process of realizing that you can't do better than that.
You can't do any better.
You're stuck at the same level and you're going to go through the same thing. And this has been one of those years of like, can't do better than that. All right.
Yeah.
So I'm just hoping next year works out a little bit better. But look, the family's well. My daughter's been bitten by something. We're not quite sure what it is, but she's broken out in terrible, almost like hives all over her body. And we're giving her a bunch of different natural and a bunch of pharmaceutical, different combination of things to try and get that under control, antihistamines, and I can't remember, like a combination of different concoctions. And from a symptom management point of view, she's okay. She's had we thought maybe it was a whitetail that bit her, but she's had no real pain at the site. It's just been itchiness all over her body. She's just broken
won't be
out
whitetail.
something. Yeah.
It's something else. Whitetails are very specific. It's actually on the site that's starting to corrode you kind of thing and eat you away.
Yeah, my dad had one, and I know exactly what they look like. A friend of mine had one when I was a teenager, so I know exactly what they look like. And at first, I thought that's what it might have been, because the actual dot where the bite happened began to have a certain look to it. But then it didn't actually go that way, and it just turned into just rashes all over the body.
Yeah.
So, but besides that, we're all good. We're all good. How about you, Damo?
Well, actually, while you think of it, Phenergan's also an antihistamine as well.
Okay.
Got double use with kids, sedative and antihistamine.
Yeah, right. Okay.
And then Claritine is your other.
So Claritine's the one that we're using with her, and that's definitely helping. I gave it to her. The first time it was given to her, it was like 2:00 in the morning because she just wasn't settling, and then we finally resorted to that, and then she slept. And so, of course, you can't give it to them more than once every 24 hours. So we end up waiting until she wakes up in the middle of the night from itching, and then we give it to her, and she goes back to bed and she sleeps through. So that's been a bit of a godsend for us.
Yeah. Is she in pain?
No. She's chirpy. She's got energy. There's no fever. There's no nausea. Even when she's itchy, she'll be complaining about the itchiness, and then she'll see something interesting, and then all of a sudden the itchiness is forgotten, and she's just So she's not in any kind of real discomfort, just the itchy.
Yeah, gotcha.
Tim wins at being a dad today. I watched for a while, but I'm about to take the kids rat shooting. That's awesome.
I hope they're big rats.
Just worth it.
Big rats.
Yeah, it's worth
You
it.
know, one you can hold up beside your head by the tail and the head sort of around.
Yeah,
Tell you what, I saw a decent-sized rat actually in suburbia. We visited a friend's place in Officer, southeast suburbs of Melbourne.
yeah,
And I thought I was in Sydney for a second. There was a rat just literally on the footpath.
yeah.
Sure, it
That's
wasn't
good discussion. How about we go back to the cigar?
Sure. Or we can go to Damo's kids. Either or.
Might have been Daniel Andrews in disguise.
Yeah, it could have been.
Boys, on a cigar note, this has the citrus slash those vinegar flavor that Topher is talking about is becoming very profound. It's almost reaching that stage of a peel of a dried fruit, and I'm trying to get to the bottom of it. But it's most certainly that peeliness of a dried fruit, the tang that comes off that. It's exactly.
I think
What I'm getting
Daniel
right now.
said that it was lime.
Yeah, that's what he picked.
Yep.
I'm doing dry fruit. It could be plum skin. One of those. I think I'm liking it like a plum.
Yeah, fruit has
Yeah,
definitely
like,
come in.
those black plum
Yeah.
skins.
Yeah,
That little tang that you get on the outside
That's right.
before you get into the sweetness.
yeah, right. Yeah.
Well, so far, I think the 18 months we've been waiting for this has paid off.
Absolutely.
It's been worth it.
Yeah.
I think. Have you still
Absolutely.
got more?
Oh yeah, we've still got stock of these. So
Yeah, I reckon these would be a good one to buy and stick in your private humidor and just let them sit for another year, 2 years. They're only going to get better.
Man.
They're only
Well,
going to get
actually, in my own private humidor, I've still got 2 sticks left from the original ones that I encountered these on, and they must have been sitting there since 2017, I'd say.
2017.
Yeah, wow.
So
Bit of an issue for
7
Stu.
years of age on them.
Yeah, wow. Stu, see if you can find a crack in the wrapper somewhere and yeah, have a look. That's unfortunate.
Dame's house kids.
Yeah, good. Had a busy day.
Yeah.
Had lunch at my place with my mum and a couple of cousins who their immediate families are interstate or overseas at the moment.
Yeah.
And then packed up and bolted out the door and come down to the in-laws for dinner down here.
Yeah, got it.
Literally just finished dinner and set up for the show.
Yeah. Cool. You having ginger beer or something?
Yeah, going for the ginger beer.
Nothing like raw milk in the morning.
I'm having a soda water with my lemon bitters in it. Did you try the lemon bitters I gave you, Omar?
Amazing. I had 2 shots. The night before I left, I had a stick, and early in the morning before I left for San Fran, I had a little tab. It was great.
Good palate cleanser as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Topher might need a whole bucket of it, but
I think Stu's been talking to my wife again.
yeah.
Ash just dropped right on my lap.
Yeah, I lost my
look
ash.
at that.
I know, I lost my ash pretty early.
Nah,
But I got
come
a
on.
Yeah, but
I'm
you're
like-
on the other side of the world. You're
Relax.
upside down. That doesn't count.
That doesn't count.
You got to be on the same side of the planet for that to count.
Yeah, it's true.
I'll pay that. No sense, but I'll pay it. Anything to get out of having to give Omar the win.
That's right.
Something that's just loud and clear.
Tim's angry because I used to give him crap for drinking ginger beer. Yeah, and I'll still give you crap for drinking ginger beer, Tim. If I didn't have double standards, I wouldn't have any standards at all.
Yeah, we can tell.
Damo, you must have sent my cigar to Stu. He's having issues with it.
He's always have issues.
Look, it was such a hectic rush to get all of those out the door
You
on
did well.
time to make sure that everyone got them in time for the show. So
Yeah. No, you did well.
also had to get it a little bit earlier than usual just to beat that Christmas mail rush as well. And how does everybody like their little free gift that they got in the...
Oh, man.
Very cute. Very cute. Loving it with the Cigar Professor logo on the inside.
Unfortunately, we did run out. But I am contemplating, if people are interested, we can look at getting another run of those ashtrays made. So...
Yeah, they're a good little, nice little touch. Now I got a lighter with the Cigar Professor logo, got a punch cutter with the Cigar Professor logo, and I got an ashtray with the Cigar Professor logo.
Now I've got another 12 months to figure out what next to put the Cigar Professor logo onto.
Well, I mean, you need something to do because you've got to stop buying cigars, haven't you? Got about a 16-year supply already.
Yeah, he has.
I mean, I hope the cigars you've been buying are ones that are going to age nicely because we're not going to get to most of them for 2 or 3 years.
Nah.
I think by my calculations, we'll run out about June, July, somewhere around there.
Of 2026.
Of new ones for packs, put it that way. We won't run out of cigars themselves, but
yeah.
different ones for packs.
So we got another two packs in there.
I think I got another 2. I might be able to scrape a third pack. Actually, funnily enough,
this is the Cigar Professor. We don't scrape anything together.
Well, you know how we had the last of the hammer and sickles. So the supplier sent out an email a few days before Christmas and said, "Oh, we found a few more boxes of them, but this time they're in Churchill size."
Oh, hello.
So they didn't have many boxes. I think they only had like a dozen or something like that. So I grabbed 2 or 3 boxes of those. So I thought we could readdress it next year as a Churchill.
That sounds like a very, very good idea.
Yeah.
So. Yet another one of the cigars that we can put on and say, you can't get another one. Haha. Hope you enjoyed this one.
And then they'll find another box of something.
Yeah.
True. So Dan's been getting his little man cave set up nicely. He's putting some work in. Sent me a photo earlier today. It's starting to look good.
It's a lot of talk. There's no action. It's been talking about it for 5 years.
We don't show you because you're not man enough to appreciate that kind of work. Okay, we don't live for the approval of people like you.
Oh,
yeah. We live for the approval of strangers on the internet.
You know what I find really ironic about the UK, or Australia for that matter, the very similar tax system on tobacco, right? Mm-hmm. Not exactly, but close enough, right?
Yeah.
So for an individual who coming to UK for their personal consumption can bring 50 cigars, 50.
Wow. Nice.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's more than for each of your personalities.
I want to get rid of my ash, boys. I just want the challenge.
Yeah.
Nice and square.
Yeah. We know. It is funny though, because I guess being such a long cigar, they're using more of the leaf, so you're going to end up with less structure towards the end. That would kind of make sense. Normally, losing your ash that early, as both Stu and I did, as both not Stu, Stu's on the screen, as Damo and I did.
Damo.
Yeah. would normally indicate, maybe a short fill cigar or something like that. But this is not a short fill cigar. We know it's not. But I'm hoping that that's just because they're using such the full length of the leaf that maybe it didn't quite have as much structure.
Yeah.
And you, Omar, just got lucky.
That's right. Always.
In Papua New Guinea, because I was looking at going there for work last year that fell through, but I was looking at all the laws, what you can take and bring in, etc. And it's actually the same in Papua New Guinea, 50 cigars, but it doesn't say what size. So it could be
it doesn't say what size. It could be any cigar.
Little ones or 50 Churchills. It's whatever.
100 cigarillo, it said.
Yeah, okay.
100 cigarillos,
50 cigars.
50 cigars, yeah.
So in theory, you could come in with 50 good sized cigars for which the tax on those would be worth $1,000. There'd be $20 tax on each stick.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, goodness.
Not only that, the proximity of UK, going in and out of train and stuff, it's like you drive to wherever. Imagine Switzerland, there's no tax.
Oh, yeah. Fantastic. I mean, you could just about, with the train underneath, you could just about... Oh, don't do that. Can you still hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
I can't hear you. Hang on. Got to put my headset back in. I'm old-fashioned. I've gone for the old-fashioned, plug ones.
You look it.
Right. Uh-huh. You could just about run a business importing 50 sticks a day. Just going through the tunnel every day.
Yeah. Or whosoever comes in, you get them to get 56. That's real good. No wonder they have 6 slightly cheaper than we got them here.
Yeah.
Since the ash drop, that tang has really kicked up. It's lost a little bit of its liminess. It's gone a little bit more like a, not quite a mandarin, but sort of heading in that direction.
Yeah.
For me.
It's still relatively light though. I mean, for the color of the cigar, for the toothiness of the wrapper, and for the ring gauge on it, I was expecting bolder, but it's actually very, very approachable.
Yeah.
Yeah. And actually part of that has been the aging process as well.
Yes.
Of course. Yeah.
What was it the other day? Just trying to think. I had a cigar the other day. Was that with you, Omar? One that had been aged?
Oh, yeah, that was Placencia. Reserva.
Yes.
Original.
Yes.
Oh, my.
How many years did we figure that one had been aged for?
4.5.
Yeah, maybe pushing 5, something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
My goodness, don't get me wrong, it's a good cigar.
That's a great stick in the bed.
Right.
Yeah.
But that 5 years of aging just knocked it out of the ballpark. Like I said to Omar, if I was Placencia, I would be starting to shove these aside now and then actually selling them in 5 years' time.
With a big markup.
With that extra age on them. With a markup.
They age really well. They all age really well. All Placencias, they age really well.
So do you guys remember a long time ago now, we were dealing with a couple of trolls that would come in, they'd be like advertising, sex cams and that sort of stuff. And I was sitting here during the show, I was trying to ban different people and stop them from jumping into our comments and that sort of, back when we were popular, back when people actually watched the show. And I accidentally banned one of our viewers.
Yes.
And I couldn't figure out how to undo that ban.
Yes.
Well, I'm starting to think I might need to make that mistake again. Just saying.
It's also another interesting thing that I've noticed with the cigar. For such a dark cigar, the darker cigars, you often tend to have a drying smoke coming off them, and this doesn't seem to have that dryness. You don't get that cotton wool mouth from it.
Yeah, lovely, oily, not as much smoke production as I would like. It's probably the only thing that I'm going to say on this cigar could be improved. Is just I just wish it gave me a more full kind of a smoke experience. Oh, I knew that London was being taken
Viewing
over
quality's just gone. Oh no, it's dropped again.
by. Oh, you were really a person of color there for a little while, Omar. You were black as black.
Oh, really?
Mm.
That's good. I'm really liking this.
Beautiful cigar.
Mm.
Dan's suggesting that maybe it wasn't trolls. It was my browser history showing up in the chat. might have been.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I gave it a third cut earlier, Stu, and that did open it up a little bit. But
I'm
I
starting
like.
to feel like I might be getting a little bit plugged because I
Yeah.
didn't take that much off. As you can see, I've still got a bit of a taper there. I am at that point now where I'm actually contemplating whether I want to take another cut off.
Another
just
cut.
to open up a
Yeah.
bit more.
Lot of user
I'm getting
errors.
distance. I'm gonna risk it.
For the biscuit.
Oh, drop the ash as well, as unfortunately does happen when you cut a lit cigar.
No, it wasn't Omar's friends, Stu.
Oh yeah, wow, that's opened right up. Massive difference. So that's one of the problems you'll get with torpedo cigars, is because all the leaves are bunched together and sort of tapered in and wound tight. As the heat comes through and drives that moisture and the oils back through the cigar, you will find that torpedoes often will have a tendency to do that on you. So,
The other thing that you'll find more commonly with torpedoes than any other vitola, in my opinion, is that little bit of tar appearing. Now, I haven't really had much of an issue with tar since I stopped storing my cigars in the garage where the temperature was wrong. So that can also be a storage issue. But you are just that little bit more prone, because particularly the Ligero leaf, I think it is the one that's more prone. Particularly being a long torpedo, you're just going to find that that's more likely to happen. And a quick cut, as soon as you start to get real bitterness, just recut it, and that gets rid of it straight away.
my smoke production's just jumped up as well.
I never had a problem with smoke production. This has been good. It's been absolutely beautiful.
It's a gorgeous stick.
It's a gorgeous stick, and it's leaving. What's interesting is leaving a tang on the tip of the tongue.
Yeah.
So the tang has become a genre of this stick.
If you lick your lips, you'll get that tang too from the tobacco being on your lips.
He's not here, Uncle Nick. Why are you licking? Just relax.
Dear. Yeah, that tang has gone from being sort of this note in amongst everything else to being actually one of the features in sort of that middle of the stick kind of.
Roger. Yes, that's right.
I'd say the oak is all but gone.
Yeah,
for me.
Oak. No oak.
It's got a little bit of a. I know this sounds very generic, but it has got a bit of a what I'd call a tobacco note there now. That oak has transformed into instead of being a woodiness, it's just like a nice clean tobacco.
Just fucking wait. Just wait. Did you just say it has a tobacco fucking note? You think when you were sucking on something else? What the fuck?
Someone put tobacco in my cigar.
Yeah, that's right.
Is that? Seriously? You okay? The tobacco.
No, I'm not.
You've been fucking sucking on what?
Omar, be nice to him.
The pudding.
Without him, we don't have the cigar professor. Okay, be nice.
Sorry.
Be nice.
Yeah,
right?
yes.
Just
You're
dial
right,
it
man.
back.
This is so tobacco-ness. Tobacco-ness.
It's the tobacco-iest tobacco I've had in a long time.
Yeah, that's right.
Wow.
That's right.
Yeah, that's a good note that you just picked up. Man, that's heavy. Who's this guy, man? Some more.
Doesn't know how to spell triple, for starters. Adds a random T in there.
Yeah, that's right. Just in case.
Adds a random T, just because you can never have enough of those.
Yeah.
You got to have 3 P's in triple, don't you?
And ends the sentence with the word before. Like, seriously, dude, go back to school.
Oh, man. Seriously.
So who have we got on the show tonight? We've got Stu, we've got Tim, we've got Dan. I saw Udo made a comment as well.
Udo, we also had I thought we had, come on, where are you? Chris Williams came through with a comment on the Echo earlier, and Tony Yak. Tony, if you're still watching, let us know.
Tony Yak.
Always good to have you join us.
Christmas.
And Chris,
Thanks,
I haven't
guys,
seen
for
your name
joining
before,
us.
so Chris, if you're still here, welcome, and thanks for joining us on the show.
Well, I'm looking forward to our next cigar as well.
Yeah.
Another little gem that I've dug up out of nowhere.
Mm.
Actually, Omar's probably got it there, has he?
Yeah. So that little gem that you were talking about.
So when you came in with your 50, you were like, "Oh, I thought that was 500. I misread the." Yes.
Mi querida.
How do you pronounce it,
vitola.
I probably pronounce it wrong. Let me read it again.
Yeah,
mi querida.
Mi querida.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
So, speaking of that stick,
right?
I would be at Doha Airport Lounge, most probably. I'm not sure, but it would be an interesting one to do a show.
Well, we'll have to get all three of us there sometime, all together.
Yeah.
Just sit around the lounge. Yeah.
Could you imagine that? If you let's just make it happen.
We need our need to sell all of our inventory.
Yes, yes. Everyone watching to stock up. All right.
Yeah.
Stock up your cigars. We've got about 100 grand's worth of stock inventory. So just everyone mortgage your house, fill your humidor, and then we will bring you a show from whichever airport lounge Omar decides we're going to.
The first class lounge in Doha is known to be the best in the world.
Deal.
Better than what was the other one you're in the Middle East?
The one in Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi, yeah.
Nah, it's shits on it. Okay. It's too good.
I have been into the first class lounge in Abu Dhabi, but I've been just when they're refueling flights and haven't had the time to be able to light up a cigar. So
good news, fellas. After what is it now? 3 years or so of doing the Cigar Professor. What is it? 4 maybe? I can't even remember. I've lost track now.
4, thank you.
4 years. Yeah,
this
okay.
Is our
4 years
anniversary.
Is that right? Okay.
Yes.
So I think we found our niche. Our niche is people who've got the shits.
Oh yeah.
I think if we can just really double down on the people with shits market, we can get a massive audience.
That's it.
Maybe I get my pharmaceutical license and we send out Imodium with our cigars.
Sorry, did you just say your pharmaceutical license? Was that a wordplay?
Hey, then I'll be able to do vapes as well.
That's right. Well, Mr. Stew's got the right idea. We appreciate your dedication, Stew. Selling the house so you can help us go to that lounge,
mate. Setting the example for us all.
There
you go. Hats off to Stew.
If I had one, I'd take it off.
Boys, what's the update on Pete? Did anyone reach out or anything?
Radio silence for a long time.
He was very hooked into doing the spirit of Christmas, or Christmas spirits, or Christmas in good spirits. I can't remember. It was a word play, and he was doing a pairing of Christmas cuisine with different alcoholic beverages as a workshop. And I think he ran 4 or 5 of those workshops in the lead up to Christmas, which
nice. Good on him.
Social media posts by him, and they seem to be having good attendance. Excellent. 15, 20 people attending at the event. I don't think it could have got much bigger looking at the size of the room that he was running the event in, but pairing it with, the pudding and cakes and sweets and main courses and things like that. So I thought that was pretty good.
Nice.
That's good
No
to see
cigar
that he's
pairings in there?
back into his area of expertise again, having that sector having been so quiet for so long.
Yeah, it's been a rough season for him, rough season for a lot of people, but he's been no exception. So that's good. Hopefully that's helped.
Well, I'll be in Canberra for New Year's Eve. My regular contract, well, it wasn't my contract, it was contract of my firework importer suppliers at Coogee. I'd been doing that for 17 years. Yeah. They finally lost the contract, as usually happens with government contracts. Yeah. And so my crew and myself are actually heading down. They've also got the contract, and have had so for about 7 years now, the show on Lake Burley Griffin for the ACT government.
Yeah, nice.
So we got, from memory, I'm not 100% certain on this, but I know it's the bridge, 5 barges, and I think 2 land positions as well, possibly off buildings. So apparently my team are going down as the A team.
Wow, I'd hate to see the B team. You can't just organise to have a smoking ceremony.
Don't by looking at me.
You can't organise a smoking ceremony right on top of Parliament House while all the politicians are inside, can you?
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned, he says. Stay tuned.
All right.
Rest assured, there will be a smoking ceremony on a few occasions.
I was thinking more of like a bonfire level of, smoking ceremony.
Oh, in the honour of Guy Fawkes?
Yeah. Yes. Something more along that line is what I was imagining.
Look, I still need to get those. Maybe we could do them as a Cigar Professor branded bumper sticker, but I've always wanted to get a bumper sticker that reads, Guy Fawkes, the last man to enter Parliament with noble intent.
I love it. I love it. Yes. I saw one. It was just a meme online. I should have stolen it. Guy Fawkes was the good guy. I was like, yep. Mm-hmm. Hard to argue.
I always love the ending of V for Vendetta. That was I just that idea to be up there conducting like a orchestra conductor is. Yes.
Do you need to stop talking now because this will be used in a future court case against you?
Yeah, good idea.
Merry Christmas, Gasly. Pierre Gasly, Formula One driver. Didn't know you're a cigar smoker and a fan of the show. Welcome. Anyway, whoever you are, welcome. Nice to have you. Merry Christmas. Yeah, Ralph Babette will certainly want to be a part of any smoking ceremonies at Parliament House. That is for sure.
Yes. Elon Musk makes cigars, so...
Look, every good American does.
Yep.
And I can prove that because anyone that doesn't isn't good.
Well, I would argue any good person in politics smokes cigars.
Mm-hmm.
You can probably count that on about one hand, can't you?
Yeah.
Just about. Yeah. Yep.
It's so ironic. It just occurred to me. So I had a 6 hours break at San Francisco. My uncle came, picked me up, went for breakfast. I said to him, you mind just going to have a cigar standing there? And then I had a cigar at the lounge within those 4 hours gap. It's so normal to have a cigar.
Mm-hmm.
In the UK, like, it's normal to have a cigar. You fucking want to have a cigar in Sydney, it's like you've been crucified. You've done something wrong, And
you think that's bad? Try having one in Hobart.
Literally impossible. Impossible.
You can't have it on the street. You can't have it in the park. You can't have it in a building. There's nowhere to have it.
Yeah, you got to go out of town.
Yeah.
As far as I know, that's the Ocean 12 is still there.
Yes.
Goes well.
Yes.
But they're only open after 8
Cohiba
p.m., which
bar?
is a bit annoying.
There's
Cohiba
a
bar.
Cohiba bar.
Okay.
Yeah.
In not in Crown.
It's not in Crown. I think it's somewhere in the CBD, but somewhere there.
There's Siglo.
Oh, sorry,
There's-
Siglo. I beg your pardon.
yeah.
Not Cohiba,
So
Siglo.
Siglo's up the end watching. It looks out at Parliament House.
Yes.
And that's okay, but it gets a bit too busy for me. Whereas Ocean 12
Cohiba
usually-
was the one at Darling Harbour that got demolished.
Yeah.
There's Rouge, which is over the other side of Darling Harbour near the bridge. And then there's another one that's opened up in there as well, which I haven't been to yet, which I think you've
Casa
been
del
to.
Habano.
Yep.
That's amazing.
Now, you know the
Casa
owner.
del Habano in Australia.
You know the owner there, don't you, Omar?
Yes, sir.
Where was my invite to the opening?
The grand
some
opening
friend.
hasn't happened, the proper one.
Okay, well, obviously the proper one. If I haven't been there, it's not properly open, obviously.
Say it again.
If I'm not there, it's not properly open, obviously.
Who's talking?
So-
Damon? What did you say? We'll make it happen for you, Toph. Don't worry.
Trouble
So
is, every
Sparks,
time you come to Sydney, it's like you pass through. We didn't even know you were coming until you were gone. It's it's the ball's in your court there.
My year has been like that, unfortunately. I'm hoping that this coming year is a bit more forgiving on me. But anyway, so Sparks a lot. Merry Christmas to you. Thanks for joining us.
Sparks a lot. That's a good name.
Well, so Sparks a lot's been a semi-regular in and out. Good to see you again.
Well, I know he's got tonight's stick.
All right. Now, where are we at, guys? We're I'm approaching the start of the final third for me. Yeah, about the same.
I've just hit it.
I would say, if anything, it's actually probably mellowed out even more as we've gotten through that middle third.
Definitely. It's a pity David Linehelm's not on with us tonight, because it'd be interesting to hear from our canary.
Yeah.
How he's finding the stick.
Yeah.
Now,
Well, he
here's
hasn't
the other
posted yet.
interesting thing. This cigar doesn't normally come like this in how you received it.
What, half
The
smoked?
cigar normally comes in its own wooden coffin case.
Yeah.
Now, the stock that I have, when I bought it, I actually ordered the full amount that we bought as inventory, but the supplier did not have the full amount in the coffin cases, and they said, we've got 5 packs of them, but they're not in the coffin case, and I accepted that on the basis that it was going to be cheaper for shipping anyway.
Yeah.
But of the stock that I have, most of what I've got left are actually in the coffin cases. So when you actually buy a whole box of these, you get a box, and you open the box, and then in the box, they're in individual coffin cases in the box. And so they come in beautiful, dark, almost like
piano
rose
black.
Not piano black. It's like a nice mahogany coloured case. So yeah, if anyone buys them in the future, and the other reason was with the ashtray, I couldn't fit the coffin cases in with the ashtray as well. So
yeah.
So,
that's all right. You wanted to hoard the coffin cases for yourself. We get it.
Yep.
It's one of the perks of being the cigar professor.
But if anyone was to get future stock from us, it will be in a coffin case.
Nice. Any nicotine, fellas? For me, actually, no. And I'm usually pretty sensitive to it.
Smoking is pretty hard though, wasn't he? To keep it going.
He had to, yeah. What are the veggies?
He might have found that it was a bit plugged with might have had a stem in it as well, which would give him both the plugging issue and more of a nicotine
combustion.
Yeah. Well, he cut it a bunch of times. That's how he fixed it. So that could have cleared some stem as well.
I think Omar should be speaking with a bit of a Pommy accent to make it seem like he actually is in London.
Substantially a lot more time.
I think you cut out a little bit there, Omar, and all we got was the end of what you said, which
I
probably
say
made
a
it the most
substantially a
intelligent
lot
thing.
more time than that, sweetheart.
Oh, okay. You'd need more time. Okay, I get it.
I'm heading to a very important wedding, if I could say that. Mate of mine, he's Englishman. I think Damo knows him. He's getting married on the 27th. He played for a local club, Canterbury Bulldogs. He won 2 premiership with Wigan Warriors and St. Helens. He plays for England international. It's going to be a good wedding. I'm in his groom's party. So we're going to have a special cigar just before the wedding and one straight after the wedding.
Nice.
So his cigar is
Hence why the big-
Davidoff Year of the Tiger. Thanks to
I was
Brother
gonna say-
Damo. He
Ooh,
organized
wow.
that for me 4 years ago.
Sounds
You
like
still-
when
you
Damo.
still got the gas from 4 years ago.
Well, it was for his wedding, so I had to keep it.
Yeah, right. So you do have self-control.
Well, when you have to give your word, you give your word, don't you?
Wow,
I'm
we're
impressed.
playing musical positions on the screen there for a second.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what happened there. I saw the same thing, but obviously it knows who's the most important and has put me in the middle now.
I was going to say me, I'm first.
Nah, I'll take the middle. Well, Dan seems to think he might have a bit of gosh, my brain's it's just gone out of my brain.
Bit of what?
I'll just sit here and think for a while till it comes to me.
You're fucking gay, mate.
What's it called? It's often confused with mold.
Plume.
Plume. Thank you. I don't know why that word just disappeared out of my head completely. Reckons he's
You're
got
just
some
not a
plume.
professional.
He's not professional.
I tell you what, I'm going to ban Dan, and then I'm going to ban the two of you.
And then he's gonna kill himself.
Yeah, no one will watch, but boy, I'll have fun on my own.
Yeah.
Mr. Stew, I thought you were on my side. I really did.
Nah,
Clearly,
that's a negative.
Clearly not.
Clearly not. Stewie's our mate, man. Stewie's a good guy. He would never be on your side.
Look, Stewie's got a good beard too.
Yeah.
He has got a really good beard.
Can't argue with that.
And he definitely knows how to wear a hat.
Yeah. This is starting to kick up again. I'm now beginning to get like a freshness, a minty sort of freshness on the tip of the tongue, top lip.
There's a little bit of spice starting to come in. I can't discern it yet, but it's just got that little bit of a tingle spice on the palate as well.
Bit of a kick just starting to creep in now as we get into that final third.
Boys, it often happens when we have a really good stick with not a whole lot of transition. We seem to forget the stick.
Yeah.
And that's very common with us, I think, or maybe for everyone. But this, regardless of not so much transition, it's really, really nice.
Yeah.
It's just beautiful. It's
sitting in a really good space.
Yes.
And I think that's the hallmark of a great cigar. I mean, a great cigar, you can sit there in silence, ponder your thoughts, enjoy the cigar, but at the same time, you can be totally enjoying the cigar in the background with no effort and have a wonderful conversation, enjoy the company of those around you.
Yeah.
And that cigar just sort of melds into that whole environment, that whole experience, and doesn't distract you from what else is going on.
Yeah.
Stu's comment is posted without comment. Because I don't want to get shadow banned.
I've just noticed that Topher is struggling to grow the hair down below, so he's growing the hair up top.
Yeah.
A little bit. It's actually just because I haven't brushed it. I've got super curly hair, as you can see. but normally it's brushed so people don't know.
Do you want a medal or something, or what are you after?
Well, what I'm doing is I'm just trying to compete with Dan. He's saying lots of rings. Well, so have I, mate. I've got a ton of them. Look at them all. All right. See,
that.
I can be funny sometimes. Once every 4 or 5 shows, I can come up with something good.
It's rare, but it can happen. I
Yeah,
give you that.
Yeah.
Stu's got a point.
Stu, the 1990s called. They asked for their insult back.
Yeah, true that.
There's also a cocoa note coming in there, like a dry cocoa note. Getting a little bit chocolatey on that.
I would love a bit of your 100% chocolate right about now, Damo. I reckon that would complement this stick very nicely.
I haven't got any of that, but I'll have some of my 85%. See how that pairs.
It'll be
We're talking about pairing.
15% not as good.
No, look, but when you're forced to buy things, and besides, this was a gift, you know,
from your pets.
From my pets.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We're all waiting with bated breath. Or is that just because I haven't brushed my teeth?
Yeah. It's definitely a cocoa note that I'm picking up in there. It's pairing really nicely with the chocolate. So thanks for the suggestion.
There you go. You're welcome.
So how long are you in the land of, I don't know what you call it anymore?
Well, the former People's Republic of Danistan. We've been down for 3 nights. We've got 1 more night. We head back to the land of the free tomorrow.
And I don't think Omar's in the land of the free either at the moment, from what I've been hearing. So when do you escape your prison sentence over there? It's reversed now. You know, like they used to send the convicts over here. Now we're sending them back.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay a couple of days in Wigan, where the wedding is. Manchester, some castle. I'll do 2 days in Newcastle, 2 in Ireland, Belfast, and Dublin. Back to London. I'll visit all the cigar bars. Then Geneva. Then
So you're gonna get selfies with all the people.
Yeah.
Hopefully, you're going to hit up David off of London.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe the 2nd of January.
Nice.
David off of London. Yeah.
I expect
you got to go
some photos.
Got to go to the underground cigar bar.
Yep.
I regret not having gone back to that while we were in London.
Sutters or Sutters, whatever his name is. Sutters.
It's the big department store.
Is it the gentleman that owned the Davidoff bar in London? Is it
Saki?
Saki?
Ed Sakian.
Sakian, that's right. Yeah.
Yes, my last 2 trips into London have been very brief. They've both been business trips, and I've not had much time to do anything. It's sort of get over the jet lag, go to a business meeting, then fly out. So,
speaking of an underground cigar bar, you could go and create an in-prison cigar bar.
In prison.
Go see Tommy Robinson. Bring him a cigar. Yeah. I don't even know if he smokes them, to be honest.
Maybe that's his problem.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, look, Jeremy Clarkson smokes cigarettes. I wonder if he'd smoke cigars.
Oh, surely. A man of his class and caliber.
Absolutely. I mean, he was a good driving force behind that petition.
Driving force, pun fully intended.
That's it.
tell you what, I reckon 2025 is going to be a brilliant year.
Oh, I'm counting on it. I truly am. Look, I don't love everything that Mr. Musk does and everything he says, but the one thing that I do like about him is when someone tells him it can't be done, he just has to do it to prove him wrong.
Yep.
And the fact that he has this whole thing of basically getting the economy under control and government expenditure under control and to slash money wasting within the government.
Yep.
If he can do what he has done with everything else he's put his hand to, it will set a precedent for the Western Hemisphere to follow suit.
Correct. It will have a much...
I want nothing more than for him to succeed, not because I want to see... I mean, look, I'm not against America by any means. Like, it's my motive is not for America, but I want to see England and Canada
the
and
whole
New Zealand,
Anglosphere. The whole Anglosphere.
The whole Anglosphere basically go, we don't need to waste this amount of money to run the country. Yeah.
We could be about to see if Doge does what it's meant to do in the next 18 months. And I actually, with the people that have got on board, with Ron Paul advising it, with Vivek Ramaswamy in the driver's seat from a policy point of view, and with Elon Musk as kind of the ideas man, public sort of brute force behind it, I'm really optimistic that the next 18 months are going to be absolutely brilliant and will literally change the course of history in a way that lasts for at least the rest of our lifetimes.
Well,
our entire life.
Javier Milei's already accomplished. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like it was the impossible could never be done, and he's just done it.
Mm-hmm.
So
now the important thing that we have to keep in mind is that it comes with some short-term pain. So the poverty rate, the number of people in poverty in Argentina has gone up since Milei came in, and that's because he's gotten rid of a whole lot of the welfare programs, and he's gotten rid of a whole bunch of government jobs. So a whole bunch of people that used to have jobs are now unemployed. You think about it in Australia, if we cut our government down to size, 2-3 million people are going to be out of a job. In the short term, that's going to cause pain, and that needs to be factored in. But when you look at the underlying metrics of what's happening in the Argentine economy as a result, you know that within 2 years, everyone's going to be better off. That poverty rate's going to start dropping down to some single-digit percentage within less than 10 years if they can just stay the course and keep following this path. So, and that's where, like, it has to be done fast. If you try and do it slowly, the pain is dragged on for too long and people get sick of it. You have all the pain up front, ride it out, and then people start to see the benefits. And that's what America needs to do. And that's why it was the day that I saw that the DOGE program, Department of Government Efficiency program, had a finish date on it. The 250th anniversary of the of the Independence Day. That, for me, made me realize they were serious and it was actually going to work.
My ash just dropped again. I got a little bit of a vegetative, almost celery-like note come through. Just subtle, not dominant, but just a change.
It remains very approachable for such a long cigar with an Oscuro wrapper.
Good point.
It remains very approachable into the final third.
And the vitola is also a torpedo vitola, which generally speaking struggles with that. And that takes a cake.
No, this is beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely. Beautiful.
Is that Mr. Stew's crypto suggestion, is it?
I think that's what he Stu, didn't you buy the house? Didn't you sell the house to buy up on that? I think that was the investment strategy as far as I was aware.
Well, the one thing I find delightfully amusing is when they announced Doge and Elon Musk put out that mock-up government logo with the little Doge dog sticking up behind the government logo, and Dogecoin has just taken off again.
yeah. A meme coin. Goodness. I feel a bit sorry for the Haktua girl because she would have had absolutely no idea. She would have had no concept of how any of it worked. Someone would have come to her and said, hey, let's launch a coin. You be the face of it. We'll do all the work in the background. They've done the pump and dump. And she may not have even profited from the pump and dump. I don't know. But now, of course, her face, her name is just all over. I mean, it's just naivety. She didn't have good people around her to advise her. Gosh, what a mess.
Oh, well, so when's Tofa coin coming out?
Funny you should mention it. No, I had someone wanted me to do what are those NFTs? Wanted me to do NFTs, and I looked into it for a little while. I just went, no, it doesn't sit right with me. I like to try and sell things that actually have some sort of utility, some sort of value, a book, a t-shirt, a hoodie, that sort of stuff. But yeah, NFTs, I couldn't bring myself to come at the idea. And then it was look, we wouldn't have even launched it before they all started to come down to their real value, which is somewhere close to zero. NFTs have practical uses, but the current thing of just, buy it because it's an artwork. No, stay away from that. And I don't want my face or name attached to anything like that for exactly the reason that Hook Tour Girls just discovered.
I do like the idea of the gold back and the silver back in America, though.
I bought some gold backs for Winston when I was over there.
Nice.
He's got them. Got them in a little sleeve. I quite like the idea. I'm assuming that was a pun fully intended, Mr. Stu. Yeah, we need to fix our currency. That is for sure. How we do that, I'm not quite sure, but Haktua and Dogecoin are not the way to do it. I can tell you that. Mr. Simon Henry, welcome.
Simon,
welcome.
Great, you could join us.
Where's Omar? He's hiding behind that bush.
Simon, you've missed out on the show, but what we've done is we've reversed the whole thing where the UK used to send the convicts to Australia. We're now actually sending the convicts back to the UK.
With glee.
With glee.
And Omar's very excited because he can just leave the country and come back in with 50 cigars tax-free. So he's planning how many times he can get in and out of the country over the next few days.
Yeah. Look, if you get a catapult big enough, it can just launch you over the strait into France.
Yeah, that would be good.
That's on the itinerary, Simon, and we expect to see some selfie photos to prove it. Otherwise, he's just all talk as usual.
Yeah. Mate, he should. He needs to go in there and literally smoke them dry of stock. That's when we know. That's when we know Omar's been there. When we see on their Instagram account closed due to no stock, we will know that Omar has been there.
Well, we could have a smoking comp between the Sakians and Omar to, first one to give up,
Oh, yes.
Losers.
Hey,
they
don't smoke.
green.
They're two cigars a day, people. 2-3 cigars a day, people. Weak as piss.
Yeah. I will say this has burned a little bit faster than I expected. I thought, given the size and given the color and the oiliness, I thought this will be an hour and a half cigar. But it's, I mean, it might get close, but it won't.
It burns quicker for its size, yes, but
but beautiful.
You'd rather burn it quick than not well.
Yeah.
Correct.
Beautiful.
Correct.
Not a criticism, but I did think we were in for a longer night.
Yeah.
But we haven't had to baby the cigar, which is great.
No.
Still burning absolutely gorgeously.
Yeah. It's gotten a little bit lopsided on me once or twice and corrected itself every time.
Yeah. No, it's a perfect burn. This baby.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Simon, you're in for a real treat.
Yeah.
Yeah. What a
Catch you
treat
up
that
on
is.
the story behind this cigar. I bought these about 18 months ago.
Yeah.
And I'd had these previously that I'd aged in my own humidor. And Omar and I have been diligently testing these over the course of the last 18 months. And we were reluctant to release them prematurely. So
Yeah.
when you
True.
enjoy it, you can thank Omar and me for sparing you those consequences.
For the quality control work that was done.
Quality control is everything. Is
Well,
everything.
Mr. Stew's got a good suggestion here because it occurs to me that if cigar smoking was an Olympic sport, then Gina Reinhardt would supply us. She sponsors all the Olympic sports. We just need a women's cigar smoking team, and she would just be on board. She would supply all the money.
Yeah. Well, how about we show your face? They will probably think it's some sort of.
It's a good start.
Yeah.
It's a good start. Yeah.
Well, America's got Cigar Vixen.
Fuck, she's a cringe.
She has got a good palate, though.
I don't even know who you're talking about.
I don't
You watch her for the palate, do you, Damo?
That's 2 in a day,
Hey,
Oh,
it's Christmas, everybody. It's Christmas.
Bro, that's 2
Hey,
in a day.
even
That's
Steve
a lot.
Sarker has given her credit for having a good palate.
The problem with Dame you is you need to pick your fucking team. Either Steve Sarker style, Uncle Nick's, the Cigar Mix. Who the fuck you want? Who are you? Who are you?
I see. I'm trying to woo the two teams together. I'm trying to get Steve to get Nick to work on a collab.
Have you never seen Romeo and Juliet? It doesn't end well.
That's it. Well, there's plenty of collabs in history. In the cigar game.
I don't know what game you're talking about. But that
Well, the
doesn't sound like a
firecracker we're
good
having
game.
next month's a collab between Steve Sarker and Two Guys Cigars.
That's a 3 guys in total. Well, that's a 3 guy cigar.
I'm starting to see where the appeal is for Damo.
That's 3 in a fucking bird. He's not stopping anytime soon.
I told you 2025 is going to be a good year.
Yeah, bro. Fuck. Oh, man.
Well, I've told you what my plans for New Year's Eve are. What are you two gents doing for New Year's Eve?
I think I'm going to be in Dublin. I haven't exactly planned yet, but my brother-in-law is there, so probably hang out with him in Dublin somewhere. We'll see.
I'm going to be watching fireworks from my balcony.
So the question is, what cigar will you be seeing the new year in with?
Yeah.
Omar?
I'm trying to get someone to smoke the other part of it. Other one that Dame said we were trying to organize someone. But Dame, thank you. That might be my New Year's Eve stick. You've seen this one before? You have seen this stick before?
Yes.
Familiar with it? Yeah, familiar with it.
Yeah. Well, good.
I've never seen Omar with such a small travel humidor in my life.
No.
Dude, need to get some sticks soon. Even the duty-free in San Francisco was not cheap.
Well, you said your uncle picked you up and took you out. Why didn't you get something when you're out?
It was like 20, like a day before Christmas, right? You think about it. It's just not much action.
But you said you went to a cigar bar.
No, I had cigar outside IHOP. You know what IHOP is?
Yeah.
I had a cigar outside IHOP.
Simon asking the big questions. I'm just.
He's
Man,
on a
it's
different
just-
device, and the filter hasn't been applied.
No, that's right. Yeah, the gorgeousness filter doesn't work on this one. Look, all I'm going to say is someone has to be the eye candy, and clearly it's not going to be either of those two. So I'm just experimenting and just trying to find my look. You know, I'm not the cigar vixen. I've accepted that.
I have a problem with the word candy to it. Cigar, not candy. There's something else.
All right, this is getting quite strong now. The
Mm,
flavor is definitely picked up. The dried fruit, rich sort of a dried fruit.
yeah,
Pepper,
Roger.
for sure.
I agree.
Pepper coming through.
I agree. I might calling it a day as well, boys.
All right.
Almost at the time.
Wussing out already.
Nah, dude, don't say that. Just a finger.
Mine's actually the wrappers just started to unravel. I'm not sure if you can sort of see that there, but I've got just
User
some
error.
wrapper issues starting to creep in, so I'm having to hold it together with my fingers.
Nothing there on mine. A little bit uneven, but still.
That's because you give yourself the good one. You always do.
He does, doesn't he? Now, I must admit, he's always kind to me. So, Dame's always look after me.
You Sydney folk make me
Hey,
I
sick.
tell you
Daniel
what.
knows I don't always give
Yeah,
myself the good one.
maybe.
Yeah, no, it's just starting to have some issues. Where's my hair? In there, starting to burn. Really weird.
I would say this probably a user error,
Agreed.
but
Totally.
it's holding well. It's holding well for a torpedo.
Look,
That-
it's held up really well.
Real well. And it's man, thanks what a sick. What a aging, what a pickup.
Mhm.
I speak to a lot of people smoke cigars, and I'm saying, you know, you get it from Cigar Professor, you are guaranteed to have cigars kept like babies. They get looked after like babies for sure. I'm sure a lot of people want to buy them, and they need to get in a little quick because Topher can get real hot too.
Well, look, you know, I do need to restock my humidor. I've actually got nothing to smoke on New Year's at the moment, but priorities are a little bit different at the moment. But yes, make sure you get in before I do on these ones.
Yeah.
There's also a bit of a nuttiness that's come in right at the end now too.
The burnt hazelnut. It's actually charred hazelnut.
Yeah. Yep.
I will say, for all of the shit that Tim gave me for drinking a ginger beer, it has actually paired quite well.
My raw milk did real well too. My raw Jersey milk went like a treat.
Very good.
You know, it's for external use only. You could hurt yourself doing that.
Yeah, use is a key word in that.
Well, we all know Omar's inside out anyway, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm almost hitting a.
Yeah. This is
That's
stepped up to a level that is less pleasant. And after
Yeah.
such a beautiful cigar, it almost seems wrong to smoke it down to the bitter end if it's going to be literally the bitter end.
Definitely got this
And
charred hazelnuts.
what are we going to call that? About an hour 20? Hour 20?
Hour 20, yeah. No, we took our time lighting up.
We took the time back.
Hour 20 right now, I'd say.
Yeah. I'll put it down. My last puff.
It's not too bad. I mean, usually out of a Churchill, you expect to get about 90 minutes.
Oh, it's
So-
not bad. It's not bad at all.
Yeah.
And it's been beautiful.
Beautiful.
Absolutely delightful stick. But yeah, it's going to give me a hard time in these last few puffs, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Omar's just looking for the next one to light up now.
I gotta
That's
have
right.
breakfast, and I gotta do my third sick for the day.
Well, otherwise he goes into withdrawals, and that just
That's
just
right.
sucks for everybody. You know?
Not acceptable.
Well, Merry Christmas to you all.
Yep.
You?
And
Happy-
we are almost in the... Yes, sir.
Very good.
Very good.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well, happy travels, Omar.
Thank you.
Enjoy the wedding.
I will, sir.
We're
And you
gonna call
guys
that yeah.
have the best time ever.
Yeah. We're going to call that an episode. Thank you, everyone that's joined us. Thank you, everyone that's chimed in and commented. We'll be back next month for the first cigar of 2025. May
Ooh.
it be a better year than 2024 was.
Roger.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.